What is up, good people? Jungle Link here, Monday, April 29th, 2024. This is your crypto news. We got a Forbes article stating XRP is a zombie chain. Contrarian to that claim, we have some stats. Early AMM success on the XRP ledger. Number 3, Flare making a big move into AI. This could be massive. And lastly, is Ripple paying YouTubers? So we'll dig into this. Could it be happening? And if it is it good or bad? All right, before we get into it, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell. About 50% of you that watch these videos are subscribed to the channel. Let's get that number up. Hit subscribe, hit the bell. Thank you so much. It helps a lot with the channel. Now, here's the article. Again, there's been a lot of variations of this, focused at both the XRP ledger and the Cardano blockchain, saying that they are zombie chains. And one of the main things they say here is, well, Swift is still going strong, therefore XRP has failed. For sure, we haven't had the adoption we were hoping for in terms of international payments to date, but we're making progress. And even when you look at Ethereum, which this article really touts, you know, it is the biggest chain in terms of dApps and transactions going on. And it's not replacing any real world infrastructure like Swift to date, not even close. No one is. These are still early days. We're going to get there, but clearly XRP is not a zombie chain. In this article, they go, well, it's going to continue to go because they're doing these little pilots with nations like Georgia and Palau. And right there, those are two big ones. You know, to just write off the work they're doing in Palau with that stable coin and how important that could be is ridiculous. And then further, if you know what's going on with stable coins coming to the XRP ledger, starting with Ripple's stablecoin, AMMs, bridges, like there's all sorts of real work being done on the XRP ledger, very important work. To call it a zombie chain, that's just propaganda. And because we've seen, again, so many variations of this, starting with Forbes, I wonder if this is some sort of talking point that they put out to attack various chains like the XRP ledger and the Cardano blockchain. It's kind of suspect. I'm not sure about that. Now, we see from Vet here, what he's saying about early success on the AMMs. Right now, we are seeing 400 AMM pool pairs currently trading, and that would be about 20% of what we see from Uniswap version 3. Now, we have to be clear what we're saying here. 20% of the trading pairs, which is great growth. This is very early days, but not in terms of volume. Okay, very early is in terms of bootstrapping, the volume of these AMM pool pairs, getting people using this. We're nowhere near the 20% of the total volume, but still a good growth metric to show this is growing. We're getting more and more pools, more and more pairs, trading pairs, and this is vital in these early days to get this up and going. We need to onboard users. And I think once we do get a stable coin on here, this will help things a lot in terms of growth and adoption of the AMMs. Again, something to take a look at. Good early day growth. We got a long ways to go. Very early, but I think it's doing well. This was pretty interesting. We see Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation says Bitcoin and crypto ETFs don't qualify as collateral. So if you have a margin account, you're trying to use your assets there as collateral, you can't do it with anything crypto related. We see the DTCC has declared that exchange traded funds linked to Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies have no collateral value as investment. So you're trading on margin, you're not going to be able to count your BlackRock ETFs or any of that kind of stuff. Will this affect things? I'm not sure, but something to keep an eye on. Pretty big deal here. Crypto Eddie went ahead and put up this Hugo presentation he gave. And Hugo in this says AI presents a far greater use case for blockchain than finance. And that's always been what we are looking at in terms of blockchain. And Hugo saying Flare is solving high accuracy data set problems with trustless collaboration. So this could help you scale and build AI systems. And Hugo thinks Flare can play a big part in that. You have to be careful of these blockchains where something gets popular and all of a sudden, yeah, we're in AI, we're in this, we're in that. But I don't think that's what we're seeing here, because center stage is really two things with AI. Number one is compute, number two is data. And that's right in Flare's wheelhouse here, being a blockchain centered around data. And I think Flare can play a big role here in helping these AI systems scale out, and that would be massive. Again, it's going to be a huge, huge sector and area of focus during this bull run, this growth phase for cryptocurrencies. I look for AI to heat up again later in this year, and Flare moving into that may be very favorable for both adoption, growth, and hopefully that token value. We'll see it develop here. Now, I put up this poll. Would it bother you if a YouTuber had undisclosed ambassador agreements with Ripple, and part of that agreement had terms against, well, speaking bad about the company or its services? Now, that's kind of general, right? Like, you don't want to pay someone and then they're bagging on you. So usually these agreements will have, you can't disparage the company, things of this nature. Now, what's important to see here? We had over 2,000 votes. 77 said yes, this would bother them. Now, in the past, people said YouTubers are paid by Ripple, and that was ridiculous, at least in my opinion. But I have to remember now, a lot of these channels out there, they're very large. These are very big businesses, and it would make sense for Ripple to partner with them. And I'm hearing that is the case with some channels. Now, I think that's a great thing. If Ripple's going to spend some money to increase education and the furtherment of XRP's brand up there with Bitcoin and Ethereum, spending that money on these kind of grassroots channels that have grown very big, I think that's fantastic. And one good example of this is Brad Kimes. His Las Vegas event he puts on is a world-class event. It helps, again, further XRP, put it up there with your Bitcoin and Ethereum that has very similar events. And in that event, you see one of the sponsors, they're not the only sponsor, is Ripple, and Ripple supports that by sending people to that conference. And so it's very clear and open that what their involvement is there and their support level. And that's exactly what we need. Now, this is a problem. I've never heard a YouTuber say, well, I have some ambassador agreement with Ripple. I am a XRP ambassador of some sort. And I think what's really problematic is if this is going on. Again, I don't have like an signed agreement, but I'm hearing it is. If that's going on and you have YouTubers that are saying, you know, Ripple's going to be the next Amazon and it's this great company and it's going to dominate payments, you know, claims all of us have made. But if you're making those claims, and especially if you've got links sending people over to invest in Ripple, the company, buy their private equity, invest in their stock, and something goes wrong down the road and it comes out that you are being paid by Ripple while saying these things and you didn't disclose it and it was secret and it was behind the curtain, this could be catastrophic. And I think this is one of those things where it's not nefarious in nature, but you need someone to step back and look at the whole picture and say, hey, this is something, if it is happening, and I'm thinking it is, this needs to be disclosed. And it's just better for everyone involved. And to me, if you're a YouTube channel and you've been selected by Ripple, what an honor that is. Like, your content is great and your audience is valuable and you've been selected to be an ambassador by Ripple, fantastic. And, you know, if you just disclose that, then I think it's also great for Ripple because we can, you know, be glad that they are supporting these YouTube channels that have been around and understand XRP and are real fans of XRP and not just doing it for the money. That's a powerful ambassadorship, but it just needs to be disclosed. Let me know down below what you think. Is this going on? And why aren't they disclosing this? Because I think they really do. And this is an example where if you keep it behind the curtain, it can turn something that is really awesome and really cool and make it ugly. So let me know what you think down below. But, you know, this isn't a zinger against those people. If it is happening, it's just I want to bring up that conversation where you have this really wonderful setup. Let's make it public, and I think it really makes it concrete. Otherwise, if it stays behind the curtain, it could be really, really, really bad. All right, this is the last story here. Bitcoin-linked stablecoin firm OpenDelta raises $2.5 million. So very small scale here. But this OpenDelta company just raised $2.15 million, and they want to use Bitcoin to create stable value in a fiat-denominated currency. OpenDelta will plant itself in the newest area of decentralized finance on Bitcoin runes. So this is interesting. Again, I've been telling you there's a lot of building ideas like bringing stable coins and layer 2s and DeFi to the Bitcoin network. Again, the stuff is pretty small right now, like this Open Delta where they're raising $2.5 million, but I think there's a lot of growth potential here. I don't know, where the various projects are that have value and are good because to me, all the people I know that are Bitcoin maximalists, they don't like this kind of stuff. And all the altcoin people, they're kind of like, it's Bitcoin. And I think we're missing out on a good opportunity. I just don't know where to go to find the real info. If you know a good channel out there that covers Bitcoin layer twos or things of this nature, link it down below or any good guides. I really want to find good information about this stuff. And it's just difficult now, and I guess it's because it's early days, but that's where we want to get in there and find out stuff. I will let you know what I find. Let me know down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.